Hi, Tom Snow here again. And in this next series of videos, I'm going to discuss some of the ins and outs of Vidnami, some of the great features. We did a Vidnami example in secret number 2. We did that for survival gear, especially knives. We'll go back to that. We're going to look at that, and we'll look at some others. Okay, today we're going to cover what I told you would be manual timing. This is short and sweet, but really important. So after we've built our scenes and we go down to preview, and here we can see our videos as we set it up. We've selected our music, but now we're back to the area called adjust, manually adjust timing. This is very interesting. So we click that, and what you see is the red line here. You see each scene kind of split up, and there's a certain amount of time, that's the distance here, between the beginning of this scene to the beginning of the next scene to the beginning of the next scene, etc., etc. As you can see, this one's kind of a middle length, this one's a long amount of time, and these are very short. Well, is that what you want? If I click here and I do play, as you can see, it changes from scene to scene and shows you the amount of time it's going to use for each scene. Let's pause that. Let's click our red line here. Let's just take the bottom line here. Let's take this, go back here, click to the beginning, brings our red line right back to us. Now, let's say I want to adjust this scene longer. So if I click this and slide it, notice I'm moving the width of this scene, but it's collapsing the width of the second scene. Oops, I didn't want that. So how do I keep this, how do I keep the original width of each scene until I decide to change it? Well, the answer to that is, let me go back. Clicked the wrong one. Okay, go back to manual timing. Okay, that's called a burp. So what happens is you click this little checkbox here, ripple effect. And as it says, it allows you to move a scene, and the following scenes will move the exact same amount to compensate. So I click that. Now, look at the little line becomes a ripple effect. So when I take this line and I move it back here, look, it moved all the other scenes with me. That means as I make an adjustment, I'm not going to lose or collapse scenes onto one another. You always want to use ripple effect. I do. You'll find it's very complex if you don't. So let's just say I want this scene to be, it actually tells me it starts at 3.92 seconds. So it's going to go approximately 4 seconds. There, 3.99, close enough. Let me just move this one till it looks about the same. And if I look down here, I'll see 8 seconds. So let's just go back for giggles. Click here. And let's just start it. see each of the first two scenes were 4 seconds long. But you know what? I don't like this one here on fishing, camping, hunting. I don't want them so short. So personally, I don't really look at the time down here all the time. You can do that if you like, but I'm just going to open them up and make them wider. I just want a little bit of time on each scene. I want people to focus on what I'm doing. Notice how when I do the ripple effect, though, it moves everything along with it. So let's just move this. And I'm going to make these all about the same because, and I'll tell you what, here's what Vidnami does. It bases the length kind of on how much text is there. So if it's a shorter amount of text, it makes it a shorter amount of time. That's why you want to be able to do this manual timing. I'm not going to play it all. I'm just going to slide it here. As you can see, here's a short amount of text, and it's a very short window. If you click over here, it's a lot more text, so it made it a longer window. Well, we're going to just do it the way we want, and this is the beauty. You can create the effects, you can test it, you can, this is years of experience on what I want, but, you will play with that, you will decide. Let's just leave that a longer window. They, trusting Vidnami because all the text, they want to allow people to have enough time to read it and focus on it. Remember yesterday we talked about how we wanted to have people focus on the scenes as they change, right? You want your focus based on the font type, and you want it based on the way things zoom in and out or the motion. You want people's brains engaged. If they fall asleep, no matter how long or good, obviously that's no good. You want people engaged. You want to keep them engaged. This is starting buck knives. I want it to be, a lot longer, paying attention to a buck knife. Make that a little longer because this next one was longer. We're into splitting firewood. That doesn't have to be. My focus here is I want to get everyone to read it, but I also want them to, my bigger focus is I want to sell a buck knife, right? So there's those scenes. And now we're finishing up on the last two on buck knives. I want these to be big scenes. I love this ripple effect. This is so neat. It is extremely powerful. And let's have a nice long last look on this last scene. Now, if you notice what happened is that here it says 59 seconds. Let's see if that translates correctly. I believe it will. So I'm going to slide the bar all the way back across, and let's click here to begin. There we go. Now let's play it and see if we like it. Now it's not showing the music in the background. It will continue when it actually processes it. We've now extended it. It went from 39 seconds, and as you're going to see, it has gone up to now 59.81, which is really 1 minute. So we've turned it into a 1 minute video, which is actually a very prime number, a great number with YouTube. You can do shorter, you can do longer. Okay, so we're going to say we love what we see, looks good, continue. We're going to generate the video, and we're going to go ahead and we'll see what that end result looks like. I'm going to stop it here, and then we'll start it back up as soon as it's done generating. So today we scratched the surface on what Vidnami can do. We're just looking at the basics. We're going to spend other days and other videos reviewing some of the finer details. This is exciting stuff that you can create wonderful, amazing videos. And you saw that. Like, how great is that you can create a video like that in a matter of minutes? I mean, most other software takes you hours and usually days. You don't have to put your face in there. You don't have to have your voice in there. You can create what you want. Okay, well, thanks for being here today. Be sure to click on my subscribe button and ring the bell on my YouTube channel so you can stay alerted to each new upcoming videos that are released. To your success.